are in your office in the European Commission one year after the tragic Haiti earthquake. What is the situation today?
It is still very difficult, mostly because of two reasons. The first one is that for Haiti to step on its feet, it is very important to have a functional government and institutions that can provide services to people, but that takes a long time to build. And we know that when the earthquake hit the country, it was coming out of decades of poor governments, bad institutional setup. The second factor that hit Haiti very badly is the cholera. We were worried about epidemics from day one. But when the rains came and went, we were hoping that maybe this is not going to happen. Unfortunately, in a very poor rural area, epidemics of cholera started, and because people are not exposed to cholera, they had difficulty to respond to that. But this being said, we also are hopeful for the future of Haiti, because the Haitian people themselves are resilient. They faced a series of disasters with dignity, and they keep their heads high. And because international assistance to Haiti is very significant, we have a chance that this earthquake will go in history as being one of the worst natural disasters, but also one of the best demonstrations of solidarity. For that, we need to stay shoulder by shoulder with the Haitian people for years to come.
But we are not there yet. If we look at, we are watching television every night, and we see a dismal situation where poverty is everywhere. People live in tents. Why? I think that a lot of money has been spent, a lot of money has been committed. I think maybe 1/3 has already been spent. You can give the exact figures. However, the result is not visible on the ground.
What is definitely visible is that people have survived a very devastating disaster, and they have managed to go through it without chaos and collapse of the country. Just let me give you a couple of examples. From the European Union, we have provided around 320 million euros in humanitarian assistance. This money has touched the lives of nearly 4 million Haitian people. It has provided shelter for 1 million people and food day after day for a whole year. When we think of reversing poverty, we need to look at it for what it is. It is a very long-term project. I mean, countries that have been successful in addressing poverty, like China, they have taken multi-decade time horizon to transform regions. And I think in the case of Haiti, this is the timeline we have to have in mind, one of decades, not of 1 year. And the fact that in the end of this 1 year, we still have a country that is functioning, where most of the kids are back in schools, even if the schools are very simple in the camps. People are moving out of camps into more permanent structures. The economy is starting to gear up. Again, we see shops and we see small businesses and services reappearing. This for 1 year, given that we had first the earthquake, then the hurricane and the rainy season luckily didn't hit. Thomas didn't destroy Haiti, and then the cholera. And now we have elections with some of the difficulties that countries like Haiti face in an election season. This is actually progress. We looked at what we have supported from the Commission on the development side. There is now a better road that the Commission is funding. There are schools that allow kids to get ready for a brighter future. There are government institutions that are slowly stepping back on their feet. And that, to me, is hope for Haiti. If I could say that, I remember when the earthquake hit. I was at that time still in my old job in Washington. I was in my office, and the news came, devastating earthquake. And I thought, God, would they be able to come out of it? Because Haiti has decades of terrible governance. They got hammered by hurricanes in 2007 and 2008. And there was the sense that the country was finally maybe coming out of disasters, and a new one hit. And I'm very impressed that the Haitian people managed to go through this and look to the future with actually more optimism than many of the outside observers have.
I'm going to challenge you precisely because of your previous background and the fact that you say the Haitian institutions are slowly recovering. NGOs say that one big problem in Haiti is that you cannot get projects because the government is not responding quick enough. It would perhaps be a better solution if Haiti was declared an international protectorate. Will it be?
But that is a theme that requires the thinking and will of the Haitian people. At this point, most of them would still, as much as they are upset with their leaders, they would still prefer to be a country with future as an independent country. The emphasis in what you just said is on slowly. It would take a long time for institutions to function well, but it is possible. Let's look at the past on this island. We have Haiti and the Dominican Republic. You fly over the border, it's a different world. There is forest, there are jobs, there are motorways. And yet, some 40, 50 years ago, Haiti was better off than the Dominican Republic. And then it got hammered by Papa Doc and Baby Doc and decades of mismanagement of the country. But does it mean that it can only go down? Certainly not. Now is the time when there is so much committed to Haiti. We basically got the international community for over the course of the next couple of years to promise the equivalent of 1 year GDP of this country. If we have the patience to work towards building bottom up the local system of governance, the central institutions, and stay with Haiti long time, then there would be result. And that I'm saying, I have seen it in my past at the World Bank. Anytime when we rush, when we say in 5 years it's going to be X, we make a mistake. You and I, we both come from the same country. We are both Bulgarians. We know how in '89 we looked at the future. We said in 2 years that's going to be a transformed country. Well, it takes time, especially building institutions, transforming governance takes time.